Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. So, this video, as you already seen by the title of the thumbnail, is about a huge YouTube married couple. And when they first came onto YouTube some years ago, they actually weren't married. They had no children. They, right now, are Adam and LaToya. Adam and LaToya are divorcing. This right here tore me up so much that I looked at my phone and I said, no, I didn't just see Adam and LaToya divorcing. And I never revisited it. I actually talked to my daughter and my daughter said something to me. And so now this is my reaction to the video that Adam uploaded and to the actual situation with their divorce. Now, the one thing I probably will say a gazillion times throughout the entire video is this: we don't know what happened, because all we seen was what they vlogged. So Adam and LaToya had been married for 6 years, but they were together for a total. One thing I want to definitely say is this: we can agree to disagree, because I nor you know what went on in this marriage, okay? So I am so saddened. I am so saddened, but divorces happen. I actually am a product of a divorce. And what's really sad about this situation is that Adam and LaToya, when they first were dating, or I shouldn't say when they first were dating, but when I first started watching them, I have a great relationship with my daughter. And my daughter actually was the one who got me hooked on looking at Adam and LaToya, because when I first got hip to YouTube, I was mostly on family vlog channels. And you know what? Now that I think of it, that's probably where I should be now, because it's safer. It's so much safer. It's so much safer. But you know what? Hey, this is YouTube, aka adult high school, so we're gonna have drama. So basically, what we started to notice and what has been suspected is that Adam was not helping LaToya with the children. We've seen it sometimes when vlogs were going on. Now, the one thing I do want to say is Adam is and has been very ambitious throughout the whole time that I watched their videos or their vlogs. Now, not to say that LaToya isn't ambitious, because she most definitely is, but what I'm saying is Adam is more of like a go-getter. She's a go-getter too, but he's a motivational speaker. He is a weight trainer, not a weight trainer, but he's a y'all, I can't even think of the word. I hate when I get a blank. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A trainer, a physical trainer. And so there were a lot of things in the beginning that I seen. I believe I remember one time when I first started watching them, really a whole bunch, LaToya had did this prank where she and her friends were talking about they were going to go, and she was going to go, I believe she went with her friend, if I'm not mistaken, and just fell on the scene at his job at the gym where he was with a client, and she was basically accusing him in the gym of actually cheating with a client. Now, not necessarily this client that he was working with, but it just was out of pocket. One thing that I can definitely say about LaToya, though I love her, beautiful lady, LaToya has always been, in my opinion, borderline childish. Everything was a joke. When she was in Canada, she had to have her friends around. And it was so crazy to me because her friends were always around. Issues with communication. She had a falling out with her friend. What was her name? I got notes here. I remember her name. Y'all know the young lady I'm talking about. Light skin, almost looks like she is kin to LaToya. Her name is on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. What is that girl's name? What is her name? It'll come back to me. And what I'll probably have to do, you guys, is go ahead and insert it on the screen. But LaToya has always been pretty much someone who could not seemingly take things serious when she was filming. So, as I said, they were lovely YouTubers. They still are lovely YouTubers. When I first started watching them, they were just young couple in love. They weren't even married. Now, I will tell you that when Adam proposed to her, something did not seem right. It seemed like to me, now this is only my opinion, and my opinion only, it seemed like to me that Adam was genuine and LaToya wasn't. But LaToya was pretty surprised when he asked her to marry him. So then, over time, over the years, children have came and they began to become not together, but separate. There were times that LaToya would get in front of the camera and indicate that Adam wasn't affectionate, that Adam wasn't helpful. There were several pranks done. Okay. And in these pranks, there were just crazy things going on. Now, what we have to remember is when Adam and LaToya, when I first started watching them, they were in Canada. LaToya's family was there. I believe Adam is from Africa. So Adam is from a family that was, and I'm sure was born up in pretty much humble beginnings, at pretty much poverty, and LaToya was pretty much somewhat well off. Parents were divorced, but she was still well off. You know what I'm saying? And so one thing I noticed about her family is the family always put in to LaToya. They poured into LaToya as well as everybody else. The family was just always there for one another. So then came their daughter, the first one. And I know I'm going to pronounce her name wrong. Samia. No, I think I pronounced it right. Samia. And at that time, I believe that LaToya noticed that Adam was happy to be a father because Adam has always wanted to be a father and have a family, but there was something missing there. There wasn't a connect. I believe that LaToya has always been the one who has been the breadwinner as far as she's made more money than Adam. Now, plus LaToya has a lot of different, different people coming at her, wanting her promotions and doing this and doing that. So, as I said, the channel was full of pranks. There was this one particular prank that LaToya did. And in this prank, Adam actually asked LaToya for $10,000. Now, why Adam would be asking her for $10,000? You guys know what? LaToya came back with, how about you bathe the baby, their new baby, I believe her name is Ayaya. Y'all, forgive me for these names. All I know is they have one son, and two girls. And so basically what she was saying in the prank was that you need to help around the house. You need to do this, you need to do that. So to me, that was her way of just saying, go ahead, come on, help me out. I need you to help me out. I used to watch them faithfully, you guys. And like I said, this was before babies. LaToya started listing simple things in a lot of the pranks that she wanted him to do. To date, LaToya, as far as speaking on the divorce, has only uploaded something to YouTube indicating how long they had been together and requesting privacy for her and her family, which I really do believe that we should give them, but because they are very big YouTubers, over 1 million subscribers, it would not be me if I didn't do a reaction video. I believe that LaToya is tired and overwhelmed. Here she is with 3 children, all under the age of, I believe, 10 years old. And it appears that LaToya is just severely overwhelmed. She's tired of doing the parenting, AKA solo, let her tell it, and just being tired of being alone. I mean, imagine you have babies, you push the babies out, you get no affection. You know, myself having divorced before with 3 young children, I know what it entails. I know the signs that you can look for. I know the things that you will kind of see. I'm all too familiar with it. Now, let me tell you something. Everybody's situation is not the same. What may be a breakdown of this marriage or maybe a breakdown of that marriage may not be the same thing as what you may be going through. But the one thing I want to definitely make sure that I continue to say is this. We don't really know what went on because all we seen was what they allowed us to see. Now, within the last year, I would say, with me being on YouTube a little bit over a year, there have been a lot of divorces. Now, what I used to always say about the Daily Davidsons, about Gabe and Babe, about LaToya and Adam, I used to always say, wow, they always seem to get along. Specifically, Gabe and Babe and the Daily Davidsons, because there were never any disagreements. I can't say that about LaToya and Adam because if you have watched them any length of time, I know you had to see disagreements. I know you had to see pranks. I know you had to see LaToya, I hate to say it, whining, because she did. So basically getting no support from Adam. I'm just gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it. When a woman is fed up, ain't nothing you can do about it. So she was the one who in turn asked him for a divorce. And so let me tell you what I think in that situation. In that situation, I believe his pride was chewed out the frame. I really do. I believe his pride was chewed out the frame. One thing I do also want to say is that LaToya had a lot of problems maintaining relationships and being able to talk to her friends. You know what I'm saying? You can never get to the point where you're sweeping things under the rug, not in your marriage, not in friendships, and definitely not just in nothing in life, because when you sweep things under the rug, nothing gets solved. What I also remember from a long time ago is Adam's proposing. Something wasn't right. It was something that wasn't genuine to me. I don't know. LaToya looked happy, but something wasn't quite there. And I mean, hey, we're on the outside looking in, so we could see things that may not be there. Another opinion that I also have is that LaToya can be somewhat of childish, always having her friends around. Always doing things that were questionable, in my opinion, may have something to do with my age, because some of the things that she did to her boyfriend, now husband, soon to be ex-husband, I would never do to a man. I would never do. So she was always a lot of times sarcastic, always a lot of times short. As I said, we don't know the story. But we do know that they are severing their relationship. So Adam went to go and take the papers to her, and when he went to go and take the papers to her or have them served to her, he asked her, was this something that she really wanted to do? Because the one thing I know about Adam is that Adam wants to work toward and on his family. He absolutely wants to do that. And she also is concerned and wanted her family to work. But when a woman feels like she's not getting any help, she's not getting any affection, she's not getting the things that she needs, and if LaToya has a problem communicating with her friends, there's a problem, I'm quite sure, communicating in the marriage. You know what I'm saying? See, sometimes what happens in a marriage is this. People can be married, and they can be married and be in love and have a great sex life. They could be married in love and have a great sex life. But there could actually be people who are married, have a sex life, and are not really happy in what it is they do. A lot of times here on YouTube, there's a facade. There's a facade. Everybody wants to, parade as if they're happily married, or as if nothing ever gets out of whack, or that there are no disagreements, and things like that. And that's so phony and so fake. It's crazy. It's crazy, 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 crazy. I have never, I'm just appalled by how many people have been divorcing. So what I think is that LaToya should have already learned that her husband, or not LaToya, but Adam should have already learned that his wife was feeling a certain way. Because one thing about women, we are so into our feelings. And unfortunately, when we are not feeling loved, when we are not feeling cared for, when we are not getting the things we need, we can pull away. We pull away. Most women do. Relationships take work. They definitely do. But one thing I can tell you right now is you can't emasculate a man. LaToya continued to emasculate him. She continued to talk down to him. She continued to do things such as throwing orange juice in her husband's face on camera, and the other one where she went into the gym acting as if he was cheating. So childishness, stuff that really doesn't need to be done. Now, I'm not bad-mouthing neither of them. I'm just highlighting some of the things that were going on. Now, in Adam's video, he said that he should have seen the signs. He should have seen the red flags. A lot of times people see the signs and the red flags, but they just push them out of the way. That's what a lot of people do in marriages. Just for the sake of me saying I'm married, I'm going to just push this away. I'm going to not even deal with this situation. So she continued to emasculate Adam, and LaToya, and she just didn't respect her husband off camera or on, probably. She probably didn't respect him off, because how are you going to respect him off camera if you can't even do it on? So what Adam probably needs to understand going forth, because he will be a divorced man, is that women love compassion. Women love affection. Women love to be heard. It could be something to the effect of maybe she was a nagger, because I'm going to tell you something, LaToya did used to nag. But once again, we don't know what it is that built up to the nagging. It could have been just clearly not getting help. So I don't know. When you have a newborn baby, and she's had 3 children, and her youngest baby, I don't believe, is even 1 year old. When you need help. You need help. You need to be able to sleep in. You need to be able to eat. You don't need to be worrying about getting snapped back on your body. You don't need to be worrying about a little pudgy stomach. I understand that he is a physical trainer. I understand, and I sympathize with him. But you know what? Allow a woman's body to go back to its size with time. Women end up getting postpartum depression as a result of all of the pressures sometimes that men can put on them. And I want to say this too. Women can also put pressures on men. I don't want this to be a men bashing video, because it most definitely is not. But there were times when, specifically after this last baby, Adam would, be upset with her because she'd be asleep at 12 o'clock. Okay? You done been up all night. He probably ain't helped you get up with the baby. He fussing at you because you're not eating healthy and because you didn't exercise. She probably didn't exercise because she didn't have no energy to exercise. And because she needed energy real quick, she probably ate something sweet to give her that quick energy. And then what end up happening, it zaps you, and then your energy is gone. You know what? I don't wish men can have babies. I don't, because it's just unnatural. Okay? But I wish somehow they knew the feeling. All that crap about carrying that baby on your stomach, they need the morning sickness, they need the breastfeeding, they need the changing diapers, they need the straight up male babies peeing in the mama's face. They need all of that. There is so much that comes with raising children. So Adam seems to be pretty annoyed about the whole situation. As I said, he asked her if she really wanted to get the divorce, and her exact comment was, "I'm about the streets." Now, for a married woman to say she's about the streets sounds very whorish to me. My opinion, okay? Why in the world would she say she's about the streets? LaToya said that it was just a sarcastic comment. It's just a sarcastic comment. But you don't tell a man that you've been married to for 9 years that you're about the streets and you have 3 children by him. Because you know what I can tell you about a man? A man's imagination will drive him absolutely wild and crazy. Okay? So basically what Adam proceeded to do was to make her think that she was a lazy individual, that she wasn't doing things. This young lady was taking on the Instagram accounts. She was taking on all of the accounts. For a while, their vlog kind of fell off because she had babies and she couldn't do everything on her own. When they moved from Canada to Atlanta, there was a request from LaToya to hire a maid, to hire a nanny so that she could get help to do the work that she needed to do and to floss and boss, because we know that she wants to stay in the walls. Adam had a complaint that she's vain and she's full of vanity. She always wants to do makeup. She always wants to do hair. She was doing that in Canada. Every time I looked at a video, that girl was getting her hair done. Every time I looked at a video, she was exercising. Every time I looked at a video, she was putting on lipstick. Vanity don't come and go overnight, okay? She likes to look beautiful. Let her do that. So, I don't know. I believe he refused to support her with wanting the nanny and the maid. You can't do that when you're not helping. So, LaToya basically had all the help that she could possibly help from her family, and now here you are, and you have her miles away from her family. She don't have a village that she used to having. Instead of having a village, she got me, myself, and I. That's it. But you want her to exercise, to cook, to make sure the kids are well, to make sure that she's uploading so she can keep them $10,000 coming in. Get your entire life, not man bashing, but looking at the types of things that she said Adam did. I will tell you this right now. I know y'all can't see me, but if you could, raising my hand to you, there are 3 sides to a story. There is her side, there is his side, and there is the truth. I have to commend LaToya. She has not come out and said anything. She hasn't done a video. Hopefully she does not. Keep your mouth shut. Let him talk and put his whole feet in his mouth. LaToya is just super, super, super busy. She has all these babies. You would think that she don't, but she's adamant. She don't even want counseling. She requested divorce because the marriage, in my opinion, wasn't what she thought it was going to be. As I said at the beginning of the video, they talked about family and how they were very into family and they seemed to want the same thing. But what Adam neglected to realize about LaToya, according to what LaToya said, is her need for affection, her need for feeling that she was loved and that she was wanted. LaToya is tired, whooped, and overwhelmed. Her mother has since come to move into the house and help her take care of the kids. And from what I can understand, the mother is still there. When you don't have help from your spouse with your children, and you have specifically more than one child, and even with one child, I mean, there are times when parents get sick and mommy gets sick and she's going to need daddy to basically make the baby or the children something to eat and take them to school and do this and do that. Women do a lot, y'all. We do a lot. Not to say that men don't, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I know I'm gonna get some comments that are gonna be so completely off the rocker because you guys can't hear, obviously. You know what? It's not that you can't hear. You hear exactly what you want to hear, and then you try to ostracize someone for having said what they said, specifically the YouTuber that is actually doing the video, which is very sad because what we must understand is that these are only my opinions. They're not set in gold. They're not laws. They're just my opinions. So anyway, I just believe that LaToya was so used to the support from her family. She had a lot of family support in Canada. It was a village. She is, oh my goodness. I don't know if she's Trinidadian. I don't know if she's Jamaican. I don't know, but I know she is definitely, her family, grandmother, aunts, uncles, her family are from the islands. And so one thing I do know about people from the islands, family orientated big time. So that right there when she probably felt that she wasn't getting the support that she needed. She was already gone. See, what it takes is this: you make up your mind, and then you ponder on things. And there may be a little glimpse to where you feel like, okay, I'm going to try to make this work. But once you start seeing things continuing to be the same way, just like that person has quote unquote left the building, you tend to follow through. I wish them all of the luck in the world. I really, really do. I feel so sad because there are 3 beautiful children, but I can tell you this much. I believe that LaToya is going to be okay. I believe that Adam is going to be okay. Since LaToya's mother has moved into the house, LaToya has been uploading regularly. She has started posting on her channel, and her channel is no longer dormant. We should not shame nor blame Adam. We shouldn't shame nor blame her. We shouldn't do any of that. What we should be in fact doing is praying that they make it through this, and that they make it through this nicely, that they aren't dogging each other, that they aren't making each other out to be the bad person. What I really honestly believe is that they grew out of love. We've seen vlogs and we clearly did not see everything. But I can tell you, when you choose to have children, when you choose to have a family, you have to work harder and better to love one another, to make everything work, because you have all sorts of personalities. You have little people, you have toddlers, or you have teenagers, and what happens is stuff is often pushed to the side. And when stuff is pushed to the side, what ends up happening is a demise. So, from what it looks like to me, I believe LaToya does need to heal. No one wants a love loss. I believe that she probably loves Adam, but she is no longer in love with Adam, because I just don't think that you can have a baby by someone and, well, yeah, I'm quite sure people can have babies by people and hate them. You know, I'm quite sure people can, but it's sad. It's a very sad situation. What I hope for LaToya is that she can heal and move on and just take a couple of years to kind of get herself together and see what it is that what she wants, and pour into your children. I always say that every time. Let me tell you something. I know what I did as a single parent, and I didn't always make the right decisions. So if I have the opportunity to tell someone who is younger than me, who is going through the same thing by way of divorce, because I don't know all that other stuff. You know, I didn't have problems with affection. I had problems with other things with my ex. So I just think that they need to give themselves time to heal. Adam needs to heal, because it's obvious that Adam is having a hard time dealing with this. Although he said he's seen the red flags, he still needs to heal, because he clearly wanted to remain married. If he didn't want to remain married, he wouldn't have asked her, what does she want to do? Is this something that she still wants to do? Adam should have catered to his wife more. And that's the thing. You know, there's a book out there. It's an old book. It's called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. And basically what those 2 books were conveying is, we think different, we eat different, we talk different, we breathe different. We are 2 different sexes. We are female and male. And sometimes females and males don't click, because for whatever reason, each and everybody's situation, each and everybody's marriage is different. We can point fingers, we can say, she should have did this, he should have did that, they should have, but we really don't know what really went on behind closed doors. It saddens me so much. It really, really does, because, you know, you guys might think that I'm crazy goo-goo out of my brains, but I just feel like when people get married, that they should be married forever. And that has always been my thought. But unfortunately, that is not always the case. Men, I'm just going to tell you right now, recognize the changes, recognize the signs, do all you can to save your marriage, and, you know, and to be with your wives, specifically if that's something that you want to do, because wives desire to be loved, just like men desire to be loved. I believe with them, in closing, I'm going to say this, is that the love died. The in-love died. I believe they love each other as persons, and I could be wrong. Bad feelings begin to harbor, and once bad feelings begin to harbor, We're going to look at the feelings, those bad feelings, as a weed in a wildflower garden. And if you know, like me, wildflowers can grow in the midst of a desert. So once those wildflowers take on and start growing, it's not a whole bunch that you can do if you are the husband or the wife seeking divorce. It's really not. I guess the most important thing that I probably could say is just try your darndest not to let it get there. With that being said, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell so that you're reminded of all of my videos that I upload. You want to get those notifications. Make sure that you guys go ahead and put some comments in the comment section. This was by no means a video to bash LaToya nor Adam. I don't know them like that. All we know is what they put out. All we know is what they upload. You know, reaction videos, to me, in my opinion, should not be videos where we are eating people out of the frame because we're just mean people. I believe reaction videos should be videos based on our feelings and based on our thoughts of how we think a situation may have went, or what we think may have happened based on what it was we saw. Because let me tell you something, all the divorces and things that are going on YouTube and outside of YouTube, trust me, you cannot and will not know what's going on in somebody's family, in somebody's life, in somebody's situation, simply by looking in the comments section on a YouTube comments. You just clearly will not know it. We can't. You'd be an ignorant tale thinking that you know everything based on the comments. So you guys, this has been a very long video. I am going to try and make it shorter. I hate long videos, but this was so sad. This was something I seen somebody say why. I'm not going to ask why. I'm just going to say I'm so sorry, because the children deserve to be happy. The children deserve to be with their mother. They deserve to be with their father, and they deserve to be loved. Thank you so much for tuning into Carol's Daily Sauce. I'll talk to you all real soon. Be blessed, be strengthened, and be encouraged. And know that you are unique, but more than being unique, you, that beautiful person that is listening to this audio video, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. I'll talk to you all real soon. God bless. Bye-bye.